150 pounds of filament over there that's just to hold up the light box. There is so much freaking filament here, you can't believe it. It's nuts. So anyway, let's turn some happy music back on. Nope. Oh, do you see the focus? Did it go there? Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to get this worked out, the focus, and figure out what it's doing. I feel like it's jumping to something behind me. It could be that. Yeah, it could be that. Fix the focus, yeah. Anyway, so that's what happened. So we then brought all the filament in there. Mrs. LM and I, or Mrs. LM, she works, she's a monster, and she laid out the whole thing for me and exactly where to put the filament, and I stood there and we put it all up on the wall, and then she, of course, told me where to put all the other stuff, and then we started moving machines in, and but here's what I wanted to do things a little bit different. Oh, I didn't see that one, Roga. Roga, ouch. Camera probably expecting a taller subject. Ouch. I'll laugh though, that was good. I like a good burn. Or a bigger head. Wow. I'm not getting off easy tonight. Jerry Switek, good to see you. I just wanted to pop. I didn't mean to laugh at you, Jerry. Hit the wrong pedal. I'm tired. I meant to hit this one. I just wanted to pop in quick to say hello and to bust Loyal Moses' chops. I'm off to bed. Good night, everyone. Well, Jerry, you didn't do a good job at busting my chops because I don't think I read it. Let me go read. And click your name. Can't I just click your name and it would give me all your chop busting? Wouldn't it? This is Mitch Bruzzese. That is the drummer on my shirt. If we can get a shout out to Mitch Bruzzese in chat. Fantastic talent and creator on Twitch. You read my pajamas content. Oh, I did. Oh, well, good. Well, Jerry, you're gonna have to work at it because to be honest with you, that wasn't very memorable. I'd already forgotten. Rick said, Loyal Moses, me too, I wrote something. I missed it, did I miss it? I'm missing all the burns, I'm just so freaking tired. You guys are burning me good. Okay, so anyway, check this out. You like a good burn because you're always below the smoke level. Okay, Snow, see, those are the best ones. You guys know I like the jokes, right? I love the joke when you get me at the very end, right? That's like right there, that was perfect. That's how you do it. Well, Forever Night says, well, off to bed, I had a long night. Well, okay, good night there, Forever Night. Check it out. So, we've been having a little bit of fun, and we've been making some shorts and YouTube shorts and stuff like that. Hey, Bang YT in chat, would you do me a favor? If you guys would do me a favor, and if you're not following me on YouTube, we are working on that channel and we're growing that channel. But if you'd go give me a subscribe on YouTube, I'd appreciate it. We've been having a lot of fun over there, making some YouTube shorts, and we're testing the algorithm and in testing exactly what kind of content we want to produce and why. Short jokes appeal to lowest common denominator, Alex says. Can't argue. Incoming message from the big giant head. Oh, okay. Mrs. LM, thank you so much. I don't have the notes open, so Mrs. LM is feeding me information from the notes. So Mrs. LM told me to tell you, thank you, Jang, for polka music, which I freaking hate. I find it interesting how people structure their jokes / burns. Short jokes, yep. Okay. Now, Aaron, if you're not YT, no, literally, Bang YT like Snow did. Yes, and if you give me a subscribe on YouTube, Jang will send you a free Lego set, I think. I'm not positive, but I think that's right. Or Gundam. Could be wrong, but it's probably right, maybe. I think so. But if you do follow me or give me a subscribe on YouTube, would you say so in chat? Give me a wave or something like that? That you give me a subscribe, that'd be cool. Thanks, Jang. Oh, what do you mean? You can't unfollow for that. Come on. I've done way worse than that and you didn't unfollow. I mean, that was like nothing. I'm trying to figure out the rules here. You know? I'm trying. Follow It's the Jang and he'll send LM Lego bricks to step on. Ouch. Ouch. That's mean. Builder's Mark. Let's see. Lego for life, Mrs. LM. Mrs. LM, really? Wow. I had no idea. Learned something. Almost 20 years of marriage and learned something about Mrs. LM tonight. She's all Lego for life. Okay. 86 square already subscribed. Well, thank you. Lego bricks. That could happen. Okay, so check this out. So we've been making some fun content. Did you guys see this? Don't worry, Jang. I'll get you back with this. You will come back to. Oh man, look how overexposed that is. This is sucking. Anyway, this is a ghost. It's a jumpy ghost. All right. Can you 3D print Lego bricks? You can say that here. Don't say that over in Jang's channel. Yes, you can 3D print Lego bricks. I'm unable to share my Jacko squirrel pictures to the Discord as your bot finds it offensive. You have to take a different picture. Less offensive angle, maybe. So this is a jumpy ghost. And these are fun. They're 100. This is 100% scale. And so I don't know. We'll see. So, right, check this out. I have to do it way back here. But anyway, so check this out. So the jumpy ghosts, they actually got some, like, you can get some pretty good distance with them, but they're fun. This one's been abused by us and the kids. Oh, no. I messed it up. I messed it up. He jumps way better than that. Right? So this is the jumpy ghost, right? And until the kids were messing with them, you could get some pretty good distance out of them, right? So we reprinted it at 300% scale. And like I said, I'm sorry about the lights in here. Everything is overexposed. Nothing I can do about it right now. So I print. So yeah, I am thinking 1,000 could be a thing. Builders Mark, go do it at 1,000. Batu, was that Batu? Who did it at 500%? So check this out though. This guy has got some serious, like I can't even bottom out the springs. Freaking awesome, right? So you guys need to go and print a jumpy ghost. Do it, it's free. It's called Jumpy Ghost. I downloaded it from Colts, but somebody did tell me that they thought it was on printables, I think. Showing up Monday and makes tonight since we don't have Monday show. Snow, we may, but check this out. Mrs. LM, she told me to mention this right now. I love that. It's fun. I wish the cameras, I wish my lights were, let me do something here. The lighting is all messed up in here because I have not modified lighting since upgrading everything in here. So let's try something. I'm just putting shadows on my face now. Give me just a moment. Give me just a moment. We'll see. Okay. I'm just creating shadows in here. That's all I'm doing. There you go. At least you can now see his face. There you go. Right? So they're fun. All right. Fun little. Oh, nice blur shade. So go print one. Printables and Colts. That's where I got mine, was Colts. So go get it. They are a lot of fun, and I want to print it bigger because this is only at 300%. I think we should do one at like 5 or 1,000%. It would be a lot of fun. Sharpie marker the ghost eyes. We should. Oh, see? Did you see that one? That was a freaking good launch right there. Need another adult beverage. Yeah, these are fun. So those of you who don't know, if you don't know how the spring mechanism works, I'll bring it up here and I'll show it to you. Look at this. So there's your spring mechanism right there. And so it prints, the legs print this way on the build plate. And then what you're doing is you're just fighting this like this. You're pushing this in when you push it down on the table. And that's what that coil produces the springy effect. And so what the goal of that, right? Or the idea is to make that as springy as possible. The filament that I used, your mileage may vary. I went with 20% infill, and I went with a PLA Pro, which is a little bit more of a flexible, more, it's still a strong, rigid PLA, but it is a little bit more flexible, and that's what I went with. Cut one into force and scale it to suit the Sidewinder and gloop it together. Oh, you could do, or halves. Do it in half, because you got to print the spring all in one piece. You know? I bet PTG would be good for leg. Aaron F. Geared, give it a shot. And add NOS, big boost, adult beverage, got it. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's pretty good. Don't you think so? I will do it. Do it. I'm telling you, this thing is, I would love to see maybe a competition where we could launch something. Print one maxed out in the helmet printer, yes. So anyway, that's a jumpy ghost, which I think is kind of fun and kind of cool. It really does jump high. It would be cool. We should print one. I will do it. Print one in a PETG. Now, Aaron, the creator recommended 20% infill. Now, I don't know the creator, and I don't know their particular skill at knowing exactly what infill is going to produce the best springiness of print. But I just went with his recommendation. Make a bottle rocket. Oh, Mrs. LM, I'm so tired. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm going to focus on this right now and nobody squirrel me. Mrs. LM, can I use an airbag to make a jump? No, I'm just kidding. I was kidding. That was a fake squirrel. Mrs. LM wants me to remind all of you that we have a print race this Friday. So, last Friday, we did a print race and it was an epic success. We had so many wonderful people that participated. It blew my mind. And how many? So, do you guys know what a print race is? How many? Raise your hand in chat or give me an emote in chat if you were here for the print race on Friday. It was awesome. We're gonna do it again. Versus PLA. And Aaron, also, you have PLA Pro? Aaron? Yeah, you do. Pretty sure. Do you like the PLA Pro Red? Okay, awesome. So yeah, a lot of wonderful people were here, and it was so much fun, the print race. Or I might just guess. You'll do all the math, or you might just guess. Hard to say. Snow says you watched it. We posted on Discord and you were watching. Hand emote. Ha ha ha. Last, Ed says, yeah, well, you got it done. I have my FL Sun Q5 rebuilt so I can actually participate this time. Shade, that is why we are bringing it up right now. NH. Okay, printing a helmet at 20% scale for practice. See if I burn the house down tonight. Don't say that. Don't say that, Ruga. Not yet. I've not judged the LMO lanterns, Iten, but we will wait until I've actually slept before I do that. Polymaker Red Pro PLA. That's what I thought. I thought because you like that red Pro PLA. I have D&D on Friday, Snow. Oh. I got last place, Smalley Quinn. Titan. Okay. That print race was so much fun. We are going to make that a regular thing here on the LM Show. Trademarked LM Show print race. And we are going to make that a really, really, really fun thing to do. Or a regular thing to do here on the show. A lot of people participated. A lot of people were participating live and having so much fun. And then I was surprised that even after the show had ended, that inspired people to go do it and print and post. And it was so much freaking fun. And we're going to do it again. And I'm wondering if I can even introduce an element where you all pick the machine I print on. Oh, Roga! I'm amazed at how easy it was to get this Kaiwu Slim out of the box and printing with Kira. Pretty cool how easy this is. Oh, Roga, I totally forgot. You ordered one of those, the Kaiwu Slims. That is a great machine. It's right there. Fantastic printer. And you will find it will, well, I don't know how many printers you have, Broga. I think was this your first? I think this was your first printer. You will find that is your experience with that machine and how just flat reliable. First, yes, okay. You are going to find out that machine is really, really, really reliable, and it is very much a print, start and walk out of the room printer. It is just such a good machine. And so do that, Roga. Go print the Jumpy Ghost. The Jumpy Ghost is a free model. Put extra stress on the printer. DJ Rocking. Obviously, that would be important. That if you obviously don't push your printer too far, where if you thought you were going to break it or hurt something, yeah, don't do that. I used what I learned to do a couple of prints since Monday's race. Now trying to balance speed with quality. So that's the key. For the print race, you just can't crank the speed up and say, man, let it go, right? You just can't do that, right? You're going to end up with just a crap print. So it's a balance between slicing and speed and trying to produce a quality print, because it's not just the fastest print, it's the best fastest, right? So it's about literally trying to make sure that you can produce a quality print, but as fast as you can. And you can do tricks in a slicer. Like if you're participating and you're here in the show, there were some fantastic tips. The knowledge was flying in chat with people recommending things to do, types of infill or print orientation, how to slice, so many different things to learn. So I would recommend if you didn't participate last Friday in our print race, you are going to want to be here this Friday for this next print race, because it was awesome. It really was a fantastic time. Aaron F. Geared, right there's testifying right there. I've never ran that printer that fast. Used large nozzle. Does filament go stringy? All of a sudden, all my prints are stringy. Yes, John Doe, it can. You can get moisture in your print depending on what type of filament you're using, and also what type of environment you're in. Yeah, so it was really good. It was so much fun. I could not believe. Okay. Those of you who are here on Friday, name the machine. I have one of these machines, but name the machine that really surprised me in chat. The one, and then if you're here, remind me who it was, because my brain, I'm dead. My brain doesn't work right now. I'm so tired. Tell me in chat who it was. But anyway, name the machine that really surprised me. I mean, I have one. It's in camera view right now. And it really surprised me that someone got that speed. Yep, there it is. So Major Gamer Geek and Aaron. Man, Major Gamer Geek coming in again. Beating Aaron. Ouch. And then beating him in the dance-off. And then right there at that question. Aaron, you're slacking, you're getting slow. Well, it was me. Oh, Major Gaming Geek, was it you? Okay, so there it was. So it was you. Okay. I was really surprised. So I have a Prusa, fantastic machines, right? I mean, very reliable. There's nothing bad I can say about a Prusa. They're great machines. I had to put down my beer dancer. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So here's what happened. That Prusa Mark III, I could not believe that you pushed the Mark III that fast and got that quality off of that machine. And that tells you that with tuning and slicing, that's what you can get. And I could not believe. What was the time? Was it 52? What did you get? Did you get down like 58, 52 minutes or something like that? I mean, that was really, really, really good. No one says Prusa Mark. Well, yeah, that's what I mean. It's a time-tested machine, and they're solid machines. This machine is a couple of years old. Have I even ever... Okay, hold on. That is the original nozzle on that machine. It's 2 years old, over 2 years old, original nozzle, and I don't think I've ever had a jam I'm trying to think back in the 2 years that I've had that machine, if I've ever had a jam. Hey, Andrew Print, good to see you. Welcome in. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I've ever had a jam on that machine. I may have, but I just don't recall. I can't recall. But I'm telling you, that machine, the quality that we saw and the speed blew my mind. And so, yeah, really, really, really good. The Bamboo X1 carbon quality was amazing at this fit. So Dropkick, that's another thing. So I see these pictures on online social media, right? And people have the Bamboo. And I've seen them print and they go, hey, check out this whatever I printed, and it printed it so great. And they hold it up to the camera and I go, my gosh, that's horrible. You know, like, I wouldn't take a picture of that. I would have probably set it on fire. But I've seen some incredible prints come off that Bamboo. Obviously far more incredible prints and beautiful prints than the bad ones. And so 3D printing, 3D printers are the tool. And for the most part, tools can make it a heck of a lot easier for us to produce great content, or great results, I mean. But it does also come down to the person using the machine. And of course the filament that goes in it. So I was really, really, really impressed with the Bamboo and seeing that speed and that quality come out of that Bamboo, and I went, oh my gosh, which actually made several people in chat say, hold on, do we need multiple classes here? Do we need a Voron and like a Bamboo, like a high-speed class? Because, you know, ultimately some others are gonna be like, how are we gonna compete? Which, you know, that's true, you know? Let's see, you know what I mean? Loyal Bamboo hater confirmed. Not a Bamboo hater. Loyal is a content producing tool. I don't know how to take that nefarious. Set it by price category. Oh, you could do that. Sub 1,000, over 1,000. You know what I mean? Let's see. Printer's only as good as the user. Don't say that, you big meanie. Magnificent user guy. I like cake too. I like cake. With love, Nefarious. Yeah, no, you need to say, no offense, Nefarious. You can get away with almost anything on this show if you add no offense to the end. Because that negates everything. All the offense is gone the second you say no offense. New to 3D printing. Got it, Mrs. LM. Mrs. LM is so fast. Pack Rat, just so you know, Mrs. LM spots your questions and she brings that to my attention like that. She's awesome. What would you recommend for someone who wants to start 3D printing with no previous experience? What would you recommend for someone who wants to start? We actually need to do another show on that. And I have some slides, and we're going to do it much more like rather than just talking show this. I think we're actually going to put those slides up and we're going to introduce people into 3D printing because I have a lot of people and contacts in the agriculture type world that I think could benefit from 3D printing. And what we do is we'd like to put together more of a presentation and a show to show them what it is that 3D printing can do for them and how to get into it and how to do it. But let me answer your question for you, Pack Rat. What would you recommend for someone who wants to start 3D printing with no previous experience? Let me ask you this, Pack Rat. It depends. Are you a tinker? Do you believe investing sweat equity into, you know, and value that over spending some money? So you want to save a little bit of money, put some sweat equity into it, and tinker and fix it and upgrade it? Or would you rather buy a solution that's a little bit more turnkey, that you'll have a higher level of success? Answer that question for me, and then I will tell you. Snow, 500 to 1,000, 1,000. Someone left the cake out in the rain. No one would ever leave cake out in the rain. Loyal Moses, you better get to bed and do your giveaway. You are looking at, I am exhausted. You're looking a bit irritable. Am I? I hope I'm not irritable. I don't feel irritable yet. but you're pushing it tactile. So the jokes are short too? Yeah, I don't get it, Mark. Give him a Snickers. Willing to put in some sweat equity. Okay, Pack Rat. Okay, so if you're willing to do that, so then you can stick on the lesser expensive side of 3D printing, and you can pick up. Someone recommend. There you go. Thank you, WFO. I was literally just going to say that. So there are $100 Ender 3s out there that you can pick up. There's a fantastic way to get into it, learn about the machine. You can tinker and upgrade and learn whatever. If you're looking to not do that, if you're the kind of person that might be pushed away or turned off by having a failure here and that, or having to upgrade something, then that might not be a machine to go with, because you'll have to do those kinds of things. Some people get frustrated with it and throw the printers in the closet and never touch them again. If you're that type of person, then I would recommend going with another type of machine. You can pick up the Kaiwu Slim, which is a fantastic machine, and I think the $269, is that right? I think the price was $269, and there's a handful of these machines left, and this is a great printer. It's been very reliable for us. Then there's the Focus Odin 5 F3 right there, and that one's about $200 or so right now. $239, oh dang, WFO. Yeah, there's bought it last week for $269, Roga says, yeah. And so those machines are in that $200 price range. This machine, out of the box, is going to have a much better experience than that Ender 3 Pro, from what I've been told. I've never actually used an Ender 3 Pro or set one up, just by going off of our community here in chat. But you'd have a great experience with that machine. Price going above that, we can get. There's a whole set of machines between $400 and $600, $400 and $700. Okay, Loyal Moses, today is the day. Oh, here it comes. Today is the day. It's name change time. My 60 days are up. Only question is, what's my new Twitch name going to be? Thoughts? Okay, everyone in chat, the real Mark UWU, right? So that was our friend Mark U of U. I challenged Mark U of U 60 days ago, and I said, I will send you a spool of Polymaker filament if you change your name. And Mark did it. And he got a spool of filament. And I said, here's the deal. If you, after 60 days, if you change your name back, right, I'll give you another spool of Polymaker filament. Well, that day is here. So what do you guys think the real Mark the real Mark, right, UWU, what should he change his name to? The last Mark me of me? The real Mark what? I think I'll stick to 300 max level to start. Okay, then, okay, so $300 max level to start. You have a couple machines. You have the Focus Odin 5 F3, which is on Amazon right now, and you can pick that up for about $209, $219, I think, with their sales. This machine is the Kaiwu Slim, which is auto bed leveling, dual Z, beautiful interface. The magnetic flexible build sheet is nice. It's a really, really, really good machine. Direct drive, of course. That would be a good machine. And that one is called a Kaiwu Tycoon Slim, is what that one is called. What else? What else do we have, everyone? What else would you recommend at that price point? Look at all those recommendations, Mark, coming in for your name. Solvo SV06, magnificent username guy says. The Solvo SV06 coming out, $269 right now in pre-order. Ooh, dang, really? WFO Writer said, who wants a printer? Let me scroll up to WFO. Who wants a printer, question mark. Sunlu S8 Builders Mark says, 310 by 400. Ow, whoa. What? Builder's Mark, is that right? How the crap do they do that? Oh, King Rune, Major Gamer Geek. King Rune has been doing some interesting machines, some good machines. Seen some great reviews. The SVO6 looks legit. Aaron F. Geared says he wants one. The time warp again is the speed I'm looking for Friday racers. Used 3D printer is always an option, though a bit risky. Ultra draws, yeah, that's true. No one really knows what people have done with those machines. Absolutely you can, Bill Smart. You don't need to ask, brother. This energy drink is the only thing keeping me standing. I know, Mrs. LM, so many good choices out there now when it comes to 3D printing. That's what I'm talking about. It's amazing. I'm so tired. Ultradra says, but here's the thing about new. You still have to be your own repairman. True. Lightning Junior, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Lost Ink says, new set, who dis? Yeah, we upgraded it. What do you think? A little bit upgraded. We haven't added the multiple cameras yet, and I have not worked on the lighting. So all you're seeing in here is this is the same lighting calibration that we had before, just with different paint on the walls in a new set, more filament and more printers and things like that. But as soon as we get the lighting worked out, it's gonna look fantastic. So right now everything's a bit overexposed and the colors are a bit off because like this, it is not that bright. So yeah. So welcome in, Lost Ink. Note, I have 6 of these machines currently. Builder's Mark, my freaking goodness. Bedslinger's got to grow too. Moses, just ask everyone's favorite web bedslinger. I saw that where people were saying things like Bedslinger's got to go, their days are numbered, they're out of here, all that kind of stuff. I don't feel that way about it. I love all 3D printers and I like all filaments and I like all the accessories. I like all of that stuff. And so I think that just like Bowden versus direct drive, I don't care. I think as long as it prints and it does a great job at it, that's all I care about. And so Bedslingers, I think, are fantastic. You know? Let's see. The Nightmare Bakery. Hey, thanks for the follow, The Nightmare Bakery. Guess who? Laugh out loud. The Nightmare Bakery. Wait a minute. I like bakeries. I like cake. Bedslinger's got to give. No, every printer type. Oh, hold on. Shade says Bedslinger's got to go. Hold on. You scroll. Dang it. There it is. Shade says Bedslinger's got to go? Question mark. Every printer type has advantages and disadvantages. That's what I'm saying. And so, like I said, so many people are so quick to divide and be divisive about different types of the technology, and they don't need to be. Like, you don't have to be that way. You know? Let's see, I'm down to 1 machine again, Andrew Print says. I got some work on the 2 focus printers. The oldest got a bad PSU, oh shoot, and the other got bad. Oh, really? Bad wheels. To be honest with you, that's the biggest issue that I think I've heard is a lot of people have had bad wheels, which I think is weird. Is that like a bad batch of wheels, and has that ever happened with other printer companies before? I mean, easily replaceable, but it's annoying. Bedslingers rule. Okay, so a question was, Roga asked about filament. So Roga, when you're starting out, the filament, all view wheels are bad. I'm gonna make 1 out of 2 for the. I'm gonna make 1 out of the 2 for the moment. Oh, Andrew Print, all right. The wheels are a consumable. They are. So I mean, that's any one of the machines that you look at. I mean, the wheel, especially when you first get it and you slide the build plate and you feel a little bump, little grip in that wheel, and then after the thing prints its first or second print, it's gone. Well, it's literally grinding itself smooth. So my focus is like a 6 PS pickup. No grills, but at least a 6 PS. No frills, but easy to work on. The Focus is a great machine, Ed. Great machine. Okay, so anyway, about filament. So Roga, you are going to be sticking likely with PLA for a little bit. Any type of PLA, that's 60s. That's what I thought. I was wondering if you meant 60s, which I would love to have another older pickup. I love them. We need a build off. Loyal Moses, we have. Okay, here we go. Mark U of U, UWU says, Loyal Moses, we have the unspooled Mark U of U, the real Mark U of U. Oh wait, you spelled real. The real Mark. Ooh, that's a good one. The unreal. I don't know. I like the real Mark U of U. What do you guys think? Yeah, so Mark gets a spool of filament for changing his name. But I like the real Mark U of U, spelled with real, R-E-E-L. On the send, but you're fine, Ed. Don't worry about it. Aaron likes the unreal. Wow, Hybrid Robotics said I would have to be the. Oh, what? How do we all have? That's not possible for us to think differently. You guys need to get in line. You must think like me and understand that the real Mark UW was better. We don't allow other types of thought here. I like the unreal Mark UW also. Nightmare Bakery gifted 1 tier 1 sub to the community. Thank you so much, Nightmare Bakery. Thank you for that. Welcome in and thank you. Thank you for the gift sub. That's awesome. Who did that go to? It went to Batmat Beyond. Well, that's awesome. Well, hopefully Batmat will show up. I'm Batman. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna. Okay, so who had the question? There was a question that just came in. There it is. Sculpt Some, first time chat. How are you? Welcome in. If you're losing bed adhesion, okay, so let's just back up a second. We're going to talk about filament, so Roga, don't go anywhere. We're going to cover that question, but let's answer first time chat from Sculpt Some here. So the question is, what causes print lift while printing? My prints are coming off. So first, let's understand why that's happening. Okay, so why would your print be lifting off of the build plate, right? So we'll let chat answer some of that. Okay, so why? So what is happening that makes the print lift off the build plate, right? So obviously gravity's there. So why isn't gravity just holding down the print, right? So what's causing the lift? What's causing the lift? Not what's failing holding it down, but what's causing the lift? Contraction, that's right. So what's happening is you're getting cooling. And so the cooling that's taking place on that hot plastic, it's lifting, it's curling, it's contracting, right? It's shrinking. And so that's what's happening. So as the plastic cools, right, the polymer chains are tightening up. And as it shrinks and tightens up, some part has to give, right? And so that's what's happening. And so it's going to curl. So to prevent that, Hybrid Robotics says, I am squishy. I have no reason to doubt you, Hybrid. How's Snooki doing? All right? And so that's what's happening. So as it's cooling, it begins to contract, it begins to lift from the build plate, okay? So how do we counteract that? There's a couple of different things that we need to do. One is adhesion, bed adhesion, right? So we need that polymer to stay warm, and we need to keep it nice and tight to the build plate. If your build plate is at 90, that is way too warm for PLA. If you're at 90, that could actually be a reason why it's lifting. But anyway, so what you're going to want is you're going to want to basically get your first layer, a nice clean build plate. Make sure it's leveled, right? Because leveling the build plate is going to just make sure that you have an equal amount of surface for that first layer. Surface grip or attachment to the build plate. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to make sure that the bed is trimmed or leveled the best that you can. Make sure the build plate is cleaned as well as you can get it with isopropyl alcohol. Clean it. Depending on your build surface, you could use some glue stick, some PVA glue, like Elmer's glue stick. Amazon has big boxes of bulk glue stick that you can use. But PLA Plus, not sure what the plus is. Most PLA Plus just means that there's additives that make it a little bit stronger and make it a little bit more resilient to like shattering and damage. So like for instance, these are printed in a PLA Pro, right? So in other types of PLA, if you did that, you would just break it and shatter it. Like if you dropped it on its feet, like see its feet, right? Other PLAs would crack and break and shatter, and so PLA Pluses, tough PLAs, PLA Pros, things like that, they normally have additives that make it a little bit more pliable, flexible, if you will, without just not as brittle. We'll say that. Okay, the Real Mark U of U, the Real Mark Pro. I like the Real Mark U of U. That was my vote. I don't know. The guy who's giving you the filament, you'd think his vote would count. Apparently not. So anyway, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that your build plate's cleaned and that adhesion is going to be your issue. So then the next thing is after it's cleaned, you're going to want to make sure that your first layer is squished down as tight as you can get it. And I mean, I don't worry about, like I said, people are all concerned about elephant's foot or making sure that, you know, that the first layer is precisely what their slicer says it's supposed to be. I don't worry about that. I don't mess around. I print a lot and I don't mess around with dialing in a first layer like that. I just don't have print failures with bed adhesion issues very often because I just squish the heck out of that first layer, right? So 90. So there you go. Glass transition of PLA is 80C-ish, is what Aaron F. Geared is saying. 90C on the bed will definitely be the problem. 60C is what you want. 60C is about the good number for PLA. DJ Rocky says, clean build plate makes it worse. I found cleaning it, leveling it, and applying a smooth layer of glue stick works good. If all else fails, use 3D glue in the problem area. DJ Rocking, that can be true. It depends on the build place, on the build surface. But yeah, glue stick can definitely be an aid. And glue stick, PVA glue works both. We call it like an interface. And so it works good for holding the print down when it's warm, and then also allows it to release when it's cool. So, but anyway, make sure your first layer is squished down really tight. Really just, I mean, I'm talking tight. I like that first layer like so squished down you can't imagine, and then go from there. Second thing, while you're printing, all right, this is going to be rather important, drafts. So I don't know where you are at in the world, but as we move through this season in the world, everybody in chat is going to start to catch this. As we move into this time of the year, you're going to see that our chat is going to be filled with a lot more questions about adhesion, curling, and warping. And our Discord is going to have lots of questions and prints that are curled and warped. Now, why would that be the case? I'll let chat answer. Why would this time of the year, why would we begin to start to see all sorts of warping and curling with 3D prints? Yep, do you think winter? Hello again. Oh, there, wait. Mark, you went with my suggestion. Mrs. LM, first of all, can we welcome in the real Mark U of U? Oh, yeah. The real Mark U of U. Welcome into chat. The real Mark U of U, real, R-E-E-L, welcome them in. Really? Shade says, love it, Stone Monkey Research, you got it. That is it. Change in humidity because the temp gets colder, that's right. So right there, so we had drafts are eliminated by an enclosure, put the printer in a box. The first layer is the key to success. Do you think says winter. Cold air moving across the print bed, you nailed it, Shade. Cooling faster. RJ, heat drafts because the temp gets colder. That is right. Change in humidity. Yep, that absolutely right. So there's more moisture in the air, humidity, but cold air. So as we go through, Mrs. LM, can you please, let's finish this with Mark U of U, the real Mark U of U. If we could give our friend, the real Mark U of U, a spool of polymaker filament, that would absolutely be fantastic. Mrs. LM probably has your information. I don't know, maybe. We try not to keep information. I don't know if Mrs. LM has it in a note, but which is why everyone you guys, Mrs. Lim, I know you guys message her and she'll say, "Can I get your stuff?" And you guys say, "You already had it. I won something 2 months ago." We don't keep it. We try not to. But if it is in a recent one, like 60 days ago, she might have a note of the winners, and she might have your shipping information there. I don't know. But anyway, Mark, since you did change your name a second time back to the real Mark U of U, let Mrs. Ellum know what kind of filament you would like, what color you'd like, and she'll do that for you. Fishing for filament, yes. Let's see, where do we find your shipping info? Loyalmoses.com, Snow. We'll have my contact information there. Yeah, that's awesome. And Mark, thanks for being a good sport, and thanks for having fun, right? You know, I mean, that's your Twitch name. You changed it. You know what I mean? And but thanks for having fun with this, and thanks for letting us play a game and give you some filming. It's fun. I love community, and I love the playful behavior that we can have, and just lightheartedness. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just fun, and I appreciate that. So thank you for that. What's in the name? Real Mark says. I want to send you some goodies. Oh, Snow, do it. Let's see. So back to it. So temperature change. So as we come into the fall season here, you're going to see there's drafts and cool air, cold air, and a lot of people aren't going to catch it. Your body's going to acclimate a heck of a lot better than your printer will, and a lot of people won't even notice that 2, 3, 4, 5 degree difference in general in their environment or in their home, with cold air moving, or a window or a door that opens and sends a little blast of cold across the floor, is going to make that big of a difference. So my son was printing a fun print in place, like a roulette machine that he found online. You know, it had a big springy action system, and you pulled it and it spun the wheels. It was kind of fun. And he was printing it, and very reliable machine, printing it on his Prusa Mini. And he had won a big layer shift. And Mrs. LM caught the print, and she stopped it for him while he was sleeping. And then he printed it again, and he got a big warp on that Prusa Mini. And one corner had lifted off quite a bit. You can see a big warp, and the print's still finished, of course, but it compressed those layers. And that's because the studio, I had the window open in the studio, and there was cold air, because we're already cold up here on the mountain, and cold air was flowing in, dropping down across the floor, and it was working its way right into his room, in that back corner over there. And his machine, he'd set on the floor next to his desk. On the hardwood floors, he just reached over and set the printer on the floor next to his desk there, and that cold air moving across the floor was enough to cause it to do that. Let's see. Whispers still say they are blocked. Real Mark of you. Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, refresh. Mrs. LM should be able to Mrs. LM should have to whisper you, I think. And be nice to Mrs. LM. And you guys remember, we're a private family, everyone. All right. So I know we're here, but just remember that Mrs. LM is here to interact in chat only. Okay. So let's keep it friendly and be nice. Raid from our friend DWit3D. That is Tim. Hey Tim, how are you doing? Welcome in. I get to stand up. I had to sit. So welcome in. How are you doing, Tim? How was your stream, and what were you streaming, Tim? Welcome in, Raiders. Incoming raid from Tim. Tim is our friend. If you can look past the fact that Tim streams from Canada, if you can look past that, Tim is a wonderful, wonderful person, wonderful creator. Fantastic, streaming some Voron 2.4 build stuff. Awesome. Well, there you go. He just answered that for you right there, and you feel free to go over and give our friend DWit3D a follow. If we can get a shout out for him, that would be wonderful. Well, welcome in. Tim, I am exhausted, tired. We were up something like 24 something plus hours or whatever, and we tore down the entire LM show, the studio. We moved everything out. We repainted. As you can see, we didn't have time to fix our lighting. So the lighting in here is still from the old set, which was yellower. And so none of the lights have been calibrated. So we have this kind of weird like overexposure thing happening, but that'll all happen later after I get some sleep. But yeah, so this is the new changes to the set here. Yeah, if you guys could, like I said, get a shout out to our friend Tim with DWit3D of DWit3D. Zenbender didn't have time to fix those leaning shelves either. Yeah, can you see that? They look way worse now, don't they? Way worse. You painted too. Yeah, it looks fantastic. Yeah, what we did is we ended up painting it with a gray color so that we can get some more dramatic shots for creating content, right? So taking pictures and video, it allows us to have the kind of the best of both worlds, where at times if we want things to be light and bright and happy, we can do that with lighting, but also if we want to be a little bit more dramatic with some of the shots and some of the footage, and you know, some of the shoots, then we can turn the lights down